everyone. Glad to have you here for Retro Adventure Wednesday. It's me, your old pal, Decaf Jedi, and I am super excited to return to It Takes Two to Tangle, the just incredibly charming King's Quest fangame from Akril. Just a game I've really been enjoying up to this point, as we see for the first time, really, Cassima and Edgar, two supporting characters from the King's Quest mythos, taking center stage here, and really telling a story and solving some puzzles in a way that I think does those original games justice. So I'm glad to be back with more of this one, and glad to have all of you here to join me. Hope you're doing well. Hope everybody out there has been having a good day. Good to see you, Grace, and thank you so much for the resub. Mike, Paul, thank you for the kind words about the podcast. Podcast, you say? What podcast? Well, me and my pal Ben, you all know Ben from Adventure Tuesday, just this week, yesterday, launched our new podcast, Quest, the adventure game podcast, available from fine podcast retailers everywhere. It's on Apple, Spotify, kind of everywhere else. You can find it easily. Quest, the adventure game podcast, where we talk about adventure games. Two lifelong adventure game fans, kind of just sitting around and casually chatting about adventure games and whatever else crosses our minds. So if you're listening out there, track down Quest. I'll maybe throw a link to it in the description of this one on YouTube. And join us for a little bit of questing. We'd love to have you there. But for now, we have a quest that we need to get on ourselves. And that quest is a King's Quest starring our good friends, Edgar and Cassima. So let's jump back in. Hey, Jakobine, thank you so much. Hopefully soon. Our plan is to also get that podcast mirrored on YouTube, which I understand is a way a lot of kids listen to podcasts nowadays. So we're going to we'll get a YouTube version of that as well before too long. Is Quest like butt? Yes, I would say absolutely. I mean, if you longtime listeners know that it's a tradition in our family to refer to rear ends or heinies as butts. And Quest is kind of like a butt. It's a lot like a butt. Okay, Merchant in the Skies. I definitely remember exactly where we were. Edgar has just gotten somewhere. We have reached this sullen-looking sky merchant. You know what he's running up here? Looks like he's running a sky mall. Get it? Isn't this an unusual place to set up shop, sir? Unusual? How so? That weird guy the last episode, Edgar worked for a local pharmacist who stole his senses. And right now he's stolen our magic from us. So, oh no. Ooh, what should I purchase? If you're going to be exploring this island, surely the company of one of them would be better than being completely alone, wouldn't it? I guess. They're also quite simple to care for. Even humans should be able to look after them easily, even if you have limited experience with magic. I'm a fairy, not a human. Oh, my apologies. Let's see here. What do you got? 3 tiny creatures lie on a cloth at the green-skinned man's feet. What are they, though? I want this kangaroo-looking one. Say you're selling magical animals. Yes, I have a much larger selection and a much larger range of buyers before the king and queen left to find their lost son. And things started coming apart down in Eldritch. Their lost son? Oh no, does that mean... These animals are all that I have left to offer at the moment, and they're quite inexpensive. Would you like to have a look at them, stranger? I guess so. Then feel free to examine my little menagerie. It's a bit lacking in quantity, but look anyway. Let me know if you wish to know about any of them. Ooh. Look at this. What's that creature? It's a miniature amphisbina. Amphispiano. Their kind heralds the approach of spring can withstand the coldest winters. Try living runs. Finally, we're going to pick our Pokemon. I'm going to take this King Charizard here. Amphibians have 2 heads. This one has only 1. I know it does. Difficulty coming out of its shell. Thanks, but I'll pass. Yeah, I got one eye on you. Yeah. Look at little guys winking at us. Yeah, there's a Psyduck, a Charmander, and a third one. Why are you offering a newt as an exotic beast? It's not a newt, it's a genuine fire salamandry. I thought fire salamandries could rest on a bed of hot coals without even being singed. Or singed. Those coals don't look hot or even warm. Hey, Expert Casual, good to see you. Can't rest on hot coals while it's asleep. Might lose control of its power and burn up. I'll think about it. I'm starting to think this guy's a ding-dang scam artist. Is that a griffin? Yes, it is an extremely uncommon pygmy griffin, found only on the outskirts of Etheria. Loyal, very intelligent, and playful as well. Is it ill? It's not moving very much. I bought a hamster like that once at a county fair. It's not a good move. Oh, he's perfectly healthy. Here, I'll show you. Wow. Would you like to hold him? Don't worry, he won't bite you as long as you're careful. Here. Hey, little guy. Ack. Classic Kathy response. Does this thing have a name? It's not a thing. He's a pygmy griffin. His name is Scrimshaw. Oh, that's adorable. Do you want to keep him? Oh my goodness. Expert Casual, thank you so much for the gift subs. That is very generous. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I appreciate it. You're in luck. He's the cheapest creature I'm selling. Only 4 coppers. I'll take it. Sweet, we got baby griffin. That is adorable. I'm here for the baby griffin now. You undoubtedly notice pygmy griffins are very fond of gold. In fact, some of them are even attracted to various precious metals and gems. So don't bring your friend to any jewelry shops. All right, thanks, merchant. Sweet, we did it. Thank you again, Expert Casual. Welcome in, Pico212, Riker Fan, Jim 2, Captain Severge, and Cressup. Welcome, welcome. Thank you again. Can't exactly carry around in my hands, and I doubt you like being stuffed in my pocket. Oh my god, it's adorable. That's a cute griffin. You know, at first I didn't want the griffin, and now I really do, which I guess makes me kind of a hippogriffin crit. A hypocritican. A hypocritical hippogriffin. Thank you, Expert Casual. All right, well, we now have a griffin. Oh, name it Merv. Actually, I guess Quest for Glory already did that joke, didn't they? Scrimshaw. Scrimshaw, Scrimshaw. Scrimshaw looks like a whale of a good time. How after your first Pokemon gym? You know, gang, I've never played a Pokemon game. I have no idea how Pokemons poke and other. I don't even know what they do. But I'm going to call this my first Pokemon game. So I think I've finally broken the seal on that one. Pokemon is definitely one of those sort of blank spaces in my nerd history. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no, I haven't found a maze, have I? Dead end. Something about this place that fills Edgar with apprehension. I see you shivering with apprehension. Griffin, you got anything? Scrimshaw? What the merchant said about you being a very intelligent street, do you think you'd help me through this maze? Takes 3 to Fraggle. Down at Fraggle Rock. Down at Fraggle Rock. Work your cares away. Let the Fraggles play. Following Scrimshaw. Okay, Scrimshaw is good. I also think this is like a power move. This is, it takes 2 to Tangle. really just saying it's like there's a way to do a bird sidekick really well, and we're going to do it right now. We're going to make the most lovable bird sidekick ever. Take that, Cedric. You know I'm a Cedric defender around here, of course. Always. I don't want to get anyone too excited, but speaking of King's Quest, which we are doing tonight, I did just a little while ago. Oh, you found an exit, but you don't want to get out of this place? Oh, how cute. Yeah, just earlier today, I put in a lowball offer on eBay on a copy of Mask of Eternity. So soon it could be my opportunity to finally own Mask of Eternity. Very excited. At some point, I am going to stream Mask of Eternity. I'm just building myself up to it. I've got a nice installation of it up and running. It seems to be cooperating with my computer mostly. And when that day comes, boy, are we going to Mask of Eternity. It's going to be so hardcore. This will be an all Mask of Eternity channel. I wonder where Scrimshaw is leading us. What's your deal, brah? Tonight was an exciting night. It was the end of my daughter's softball season. Her team, the Queen Bees, were undefeated this season. She had a strong final game, got a nice double, a few good plays at first base. What in the world is that? I can retire my my camp chair that I dragged to all the games for a few months. Why'd you leave me here, Scrimshaw? A tiny dark object is suspended in a beam of bluish light. There's definitely some sort of magic involved here, but it's so subtle, Edgar can barely sense it. It has a peculiar feeling to it as well, like a nearly incomprehensible ancient language that still bears similarity to the one he's familiar with. Ooh, here's an Ask Jess Anything. Incoming hot from Dr. Mario. Dr. Mario, I think Mask of Eternity is better than its reputation implies. What game do you think should be remembered better than it is? That's a great question. You know, one that immediately springs to mind just because I'm playing a King's Quest game. I think King's Quest V has gotten a bad rap. Like, I remember it being kind of beloved when it came out. Then everyone decided it was like the worst thing ever. I think King's Quest V is a perfectly fine game. I enjoy it despite its few little, maybe questionable puzzle choices and things of that sort. King's Quest V is a game that deserves to be reinstated as a perfectly cromulent Sierra game. I think, and y'all will laugh at this, I think Escape from Monkey Island is better than people give it credit for. Escape from Monkey Island is fine. I mean, it's not as good as Curse. It's not as good as Secret or LeChuck's Revenge, but Escape from Monkey Island isn't terrible. And monkey combat lasts longer than it should, but I don't hate the puzzle in principle. Yeah, Paul mentions, Gabriel Knight 3 got a hard time for the cat hair puzzle. And yeah, that's not as bad as it certainly isn't bad enough to be like a damning, flaw in the entire game. Gabriel Knight 3's fine. This is a really good one. Thank you. I will be back. Thank you for the message. Quest for Glory 3 is a game that somehow isn't held as in high regards. But yeah, the setting and ambiance is, I think 3 fits in just as well. There are times when I think I made like 3 even a tiny bit more than 4. I know that's sacrilege. But I like Quest for Glory 3. It's a great game. No, I would agree with that. Yeah, I mean, I just like Gabriel Knight 3 because of the puzzle most people love, which is Le Serpent Rouge. That drove me nearly insane when I streamed it. Go back in the archives, you can see a man being driven slowly insane. I like that. Saying that Quest for Glory 3 is authentic and wholesome, I think that is a good way to describe it. I mean, that's the Coles, though. I feel like they just bring a wholesomeness to their games that really sets them apart in a nice way. Should I really reach in there with my bare hands? Yep, I guess we will. It's some sort of chess knight with a sinister, twisted appearance. Edgar can feel occasional faint stirrings of strange power coming from within it. Is there a game that has one puzzle that's so bad it can ruin it? Ooh. Edgar pockets the chess piece. Well, Scrimshaw, what now? All right. That's a good question, Grayson. You know, I wouldn't say that like the Wayne's World point and click adventure game was fantastic or anything, but I would also argue that the maze at the end of it, which is undoubtedly the worst adventure game maze I've ever experienced. I just can't imagine an adventure game maze being a lot worse than that. I feel like it took a game that was perfectly average and turned it into one of the worst games I've ever played. Like, it really dragged it down hardcore. I can't recommend anyone go out there and play the Wayne's World adventure game. You know, the Beverly Hillbillies adventure game was at least consistently bad start to finish. Wayne's World's like, maybe this is fine. Maybe it's just like every other bad adventure game on the market that's just sort of so-so. But then you get to that maze, it's like, oh no, this one's much darker than I thought. All right, here we go. We've made it out. And we have a cool chess piece. A sinister chess piece, it says. But really, that just looks like a horse. A much more menacing appearance. Honestly, I think all horses are a little menacing. That's just standard horse feature. Finally, we solved the maze. My memory of Wayne's World stream was
hey,
at least...
bro, nice horse.
At least it's not capstone bad.
Hey, Daddy.
Thank you, Ricky, for the Gabriel Knott. Hey, bro, nice horse. Yeah, the map is really... sorry, the maze, rather, is really something unbelievable in that game. It's just... oh... The driving in Beverly Hillbillies also rough. Well, I guess I might as well head on to the next island. What is this, Fortnite? Where are we dropping, boys? What happened? Did that tree just grow? Am I in the future? How can that be? I didn't use my pendant. What the... Is something wrong with this ship? Perhaps I need to let it recharge again. I always think it's fun when watching children's entertainment, anytime a character says, what the, and is interrupted in the middle of it, just to imagine how weird the tone would be if they'd managed to finish saying whatever expletive they were going to end the sentence with. And this is a very different game if Edgar just dropped an F-bomb, or even like an H-bomb there, right? I think more characters should say things like, shut the front door. Shiitake mushrooms, always good. A bare dead tree. A slender young tree. Ooh, staying in defiance of its barren, dreary surroundings. I like that description. I thought that might be the entrance to a cave. A lot of caves in this game. A lot of caves. Goodness, it's dark in here. Still no magic. I'm bringing magic back. Ooh, God bless America said like a swear is good too. God bless America. Like that, yeah. That one is good. Who's there? It's me, King Graham. No, it's not. I don't think it is, at least. Welcome to my home, traveler. I'm sorry it doesn't look at its best, but I rarely get visitors this far out. My name's Opie Goldsworth. I used to be the court jeweler of Etheria before. I had a brief moment where I wondered if this character was named after Whoopi Goldberg, but I don't think that's what they're going for. Well, I'm loath to speak of the incident. Although, to be honest, I'm surprised you don't know about it yourself. Oh, is this troll from King's Quest VII? The Prince of Etheria disappeared several years ago, and no one was ever able to find him. I haven't played King's Quest VII in too long. Oh, no. So we've been gone for years. There's been much unrest in the kingdom. I retreated here to wait out hard times. Hard times, baby. It's my Dusty Rhodes impression. Oh no, this must be the future. This must mean that Shadrack's ultimate plan ultimately failed. If it hadn't, I'd never have come back to Etheria in the first place because Rosella wouldn't have been around to free me. Does this mean that Cassima and I never returned home after defeating him? Is this really the way things are going to turn out? Are you alright? You've been standing there for several seconds pondering. That troll whittling stones? Hey, can I have this thing? Can I have this brilliant red stone? Is that a ruby? Ooh, it's a piece of red diamond. I got it from a troll in Volcanics some years back. The gem was almost as beautiful as she was. Bright blue eyes, long golden hair. Anyway, she helped me become what I am, or was, and the gem she gave me was so large that it was more than enough to pay for a new set of tools. So I chipped away some of it. This is the biggest piece that was left over. Are you ever going to make something out of it, like a piece of jewelry? I don't know, maybe someday I might. For now, I just keep it as a reminder of happier times, in hopes that things will one day go bright again. I see. Can I have it? Can I have your one thing? Hey, Cregan. Hey, Clell. So you have one possession. Can I have it? Doesn't want to steal anything from Opie? Little Opie Cunningham. You said you were the court jester of Etheria. I never belonged in Volcanics. I was grateful for Oberon Titania's employing me after that unfortunate incident with the volcano. Now I'm pretty much out of work and I haven't given up hope just yet. I know that the prince will return, Etheria will be restored to its former glory one of these days. I just know it. I hope that happens too, Opie. Hear, hear. By the way, I didn't catch your name, friend. Cassima. No, Edmund. Like from Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe. I'm the bad kid. I'm the poor sibling. The one nobody likes from Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe. It's me, Edmund. Do you have any Turkish delights? What is that you're working on? Nah, it's just a bit of carving. Please do something for me? What is it? I lost one of my best chisels some time ago. I know it's somewhere in this cave, but I don't know where it could be. How could you lose something like that in a cave this small? My eyes aren't what they used to be. If you can find my chisel, I'd be deeply grateful. What does it look like? Engraved handle with an obsidian set in it. You can't miss it. Is that it up there? Chisel's too high for Edgar to reach. Oh, it's a crate puzzle. Oh, it's a crate puzzle. What are you doing there, Edmund? I found your chisel. I'm just trying to get to it. Oh, where is it? It's stuck in the ceiling. Think Lionel Richie put it up there? Still no magic. I'm going to just use my hands. The only thing I can pull it out with my bare hands. Scrimshaw, use your teeth. Still not sure what any of these ding-dang doodads do. Well, now just throw a horse at it. Why can't I steal from this poor person? I don't think I can take the candle. Yeah, no good on the candle. Maybe we'll walk around and see if a solution presents itself. If not, Opie may just be out of luck. I may not solve Opie's puzzle. I think there should be more opportunities like that in adventure games, just to leave characters high and dry. Say, you know what? You're going to have to solve this one on your own, Opie. You've had a lot of time to figure this out. Well, maybe I'm going to have to help Opie. Fine. Okay, Opie, you win this round. I want the mushroom, I want the bucket. So I've got something that can pull that chisel out. Scrimshaw hanging out in our hood is very adorable. What I'd like to do is tie a rope to this. Pliers. Classic. It's the correct tool for the correct job. We did it. We've done it, gang. We solved yet another puzzle. That's why they call me Professor Puzzle. A distinct character from Mr. Puzzle that you might see on Adventure Tuesday. Any luck with my chisel, Edmund? Yep, here it is. Well, thank you, Edmund. Thank you so very much. How'd it get stuck in the ceiling? So I recall there's a nasty fly bothering me. Flung my chisel at it. Because I don't know my own strength. I guess not. Truly grateful. It means a lot to me. Wish I had something to repay you with, but I'm not sure I have anything that would interest you. What about that little trinket sitting on the crate? What, this? Is that something you made? I don't even know what this thing is. You just found it one day with no idea where it came from or how it got here? Why, yes, exactly. But why you're interested in this trinket, Edmund? I have a feeling it might be useful in some way. Well, here you are then. I certainly hope it proves true for you. Is Professor Puzzle related to Dr. Brain? No, but we did share a castle for a few years. All right. Edgar decides to leave Opie alone. I'm done with you, Opie. I really want to do something with these ding-dang trinkets. We've got quite a collection of them. I used to think they were going to be armbands, but now they're like a full-on armband. You know, I've never even played one of the Dr. Brain games. They are completely new to me. So yeah, I haven't streamed them, haven't played them. That'd be a fun stream sometime. I bet I would be really bad at Dr. Brain. Pretty confident I'd be bad at Dr. Brain. But maybe that's where the fun of the stream lies. That's a really good idea, Ricky. I should play Dr. Brain. Huh, I wonder where else I can go right now. I'm gonna peek at a walkthrough. Watch this. You can't stop me. You're not my dad. Let's see. Okay. Guess I know what I need to do now. Massive wall of boulders. Watch this. Watch this drive. Well, here goes nothing. I didn't realize that was a barrier. I thought it was just like the edge of the screen. Should have regained my magic by now. Wiggle fingers. Oh, curse that physician. I called him a pharmacist earlier. Whoops. Perfect. Just perfect. I always wanted to have my magic taken away. Uh-oh. What the? Oh, that's fun. What a great bit of animation that was. My magic, it's back. What's happening to me? Oh no. Feel the magic flowing through him again, but there's so much as if it's tearing him apart on the inside. Pain is so great that he can barely think. He must release all of his power in some way. He'd better act fast. Oh, that sound effect is great. That's like straight out of some Thundar the Barbarian there. That's really good. Anyone ever watch Thundar the Barbarian? If you haven't, you should mute this stream really quickly, pop over to YouTube, and watch the opening for the 1980s cartoon Thundar the Barbarian. It is so many levels of bananas that it cooked my brain as a child. It's all I thought about for like 5 years of my childhood. Oh, it's another tree. Has an air of elegance. Small domed house. Shovel's digging days are done. Thundar the Barbarian. Since the chat's not lighting up, I'm guessing there are about a whole lot of Thundar heads out there, huh? Hello? Is anyone home? Hello? Set in the futuristic year of 1994. All right, you big lummox. You're gonna take old Tercel alive. Hey, my first car was a Tercel. You're free to... Oh, this guy's great. Look at this little guy. Say, where's the rest of your crew? My what? Don't play dumb with me, Rapscallion. I heard those explosions earlier. There's no way that one of you was making them. You don't understand. I just need help. Help in taking over my little piece of this island? Fat chance. But I'm not. If you're not even going to fight back, I don't see why I should waste any more of my strength on you. Bring your friends here so you can all overpower me if you so desire. But I wouldn't recommend it. Thundar! Okay, I'm glad people are popping over to watch Thundar. The movie is every bit, or sorry, the television show is every bit as wild as the theme. Hey, Kevin, thank you so much for the resub. Welcome in. Come on, Scrimshaw, it's okay. That dragon's not going to do that again. Oh my gosh, Scrimshaw is adorable. Scrimshaw, you ready to come down yet? What's that? What'd you find, Scrimshaw? Could you bring it down here? So I'm going to have to throw a hammer at him. Nope, he came down. Another trinket? You found something really special, Scrimshaw. Could I have it? Oh, he growled at us. Please? Thanks, boy. Listen, you won't coax me out of my home with words, scoundrel. Oh, it is a beast trying to use a Prime resub on mobile. I've tried that too. I just give up every time. Yeah, you great wheedling worm. Well, this guy's a real jerk, isn't he? Just destroy his house. I use my old tools against me. Clever, you'll never break through the walls of my home with that. Magic isn't going to do anything useful to that. I don't think that's going to be the solution. Ooh, are we going to plug up the chimney? I hope that's what I was hoping we would do. Yes. Yes. Smother him. Small rock is now... Dragon Eye. You're not welcome here. Thank you for jumping through all those hoops, though, Kevin. I appreciate it. All right, you great gangly hunk. I'm sorry, lunk. Lunk, you bested me at intelligence fair and square. We'll see if you're able to best me in a fight. I warn you, though, I've taken on humans twice as large as you, and they've left with missing fingers every single time. 6'7", good. You know Thundar. That's good to hear. Why does everyone keep calling me that? I'm not a human. I'm a fairy, a supernatural being which assumes many different guises and dispositions and is related to elves, gnomes, dwarves, and other creatures that may resemble humans, but are not actually humans. I am a fairy. You are? And you're a native? I was born here. I'm very sorry, comrades. Not that fairies look like humans aren't common around these parts. You just dress so differently than most of them. I don't approve much of strangers tromping around here. Who knows, they could be spies from a conquering nation. Why would a nation want to conquer Etheria? Who can say? Grown so vulnerable during these past years. Maybe we've just got a pretty place, or maybe we're just so darn available. You said your name is Tercel? That's right, Toyota Tercel. Sorry for attacking you earlier, but by the way, those explosions really had me on edge. They almost sound like my blockade. What happened to my blockade? Oh no. What did happen? Whoa, boy, you had a nice blockade there. What happened to it? I did. How could you take down a wall of rocks that big? Well, there's a physician I met in Aeolus, who had some limited magical powers, and he borrowed my magic for a few hours. When it started coming back, it was like bursting out of me like comets, completely out of control. It almost felt like it was suffocating me from within. Didn't get back to normal until I knocked down your wall. Oh, this physician is of yours. He didn't do a very good job. That sort of stun is mighty tricky, especially if the poor sap they're sagging the magic from has a complicated history with magic. Complicated? You know, getting hit with more spells than average, being cursed or transformed for a long time. You seem pretty normal, so the fellow who did that is probably just loused up. How does that explain what happened when my magic returned? I'm getting to that. I think what you experienced was sudden magic repossession. Millions suffer from SMR. What's that? When certain magical beings are separated from their powers, the power remains dormant and unusable by them. Wherever it is, that must have been what happened. Under normal conditions, lost magic is regained slowly over a short period of time, but if whoever lost his magic tries to call upon his power and use it, it can cause the power to build up. Those powers do finally come back. They come back pretty much like how you described. You know, like standing on a water hose while the water's turned on. You weren't by any chance trying your magic out while it was still gone, were you? And now that you mention it, oh brother, don't you know the basic principles of magic, kid? Next time, keep your zaps to yourself until you've got them back. Do you think he knows zap? Do you think Edgar would make it into an initiation at the Wizards Institute of Technossery? Spent weeks building that blockade. Edgar's personality is completely victim of magic. You shoot and vaporize the whole island. Searching for a dark wizard, I traveled here, explored several distant lands, but I barely learned anything about it. This is true. Their investigation so far has not turned up a lot of leads. Know a bit about magical lands. There's one particular that you might want to consider visiting. I should be able to get there if you just describe it to me. My place isn't exactly the tidiest. Get it for me. Get me your book. Get that book. Here we go. Not yet. It's a bit messy in here, to be perfectly honest. I'm just going to bang on his house again. Oh, I don't have the hammer anymore. Unable to get any sort of reaction. Still looking, pal. Hugging that rock off my chimney. Yeah, I mean, I guess I could do that as an act of kindness. I lift up a rock. I do it some more. And I stood on my head. But I won't forget what Opie said. Said Edgar, stay away from the darker side. And if you start to go astray, let the force be your guide. Oh, my Edgar. Okay, let's see here. We did it. I knew I had this thing somewhere. Just realized this is a library book. At least I won't have to worry about late fees with the way things are. That's a great thing about the downfall of a society. Libraries can't keep up with late fees. That's eventually what got the library at Alexandria. Just couldn't call in all those late fees. Within the borders of this kingdom is a tiny island unknown to even most of the inhabitants there, known to the human inhabitants there. Secret place steeped in magic. Old magic brings knowledge. Maybe a long shot, but if you have means to gain to the secret land, perhaps the inhabitants might tell you about this wizard. Someone I need to speak to. I thought you said you were alone. Well, not completely. Let me use my psychic bond. Cassima. Yes. Schmello. What are you doing? I'm riding a griffin. See, I've got a tiny one in my hood of my cloak. Are you able to find out anything more about Shadrack? Just managed to escape from a place so horrible that I nearly forgot about him entirely. That's right, we escaped from Bluebeard. What about you, Edgar? I'm in a region of Etheria that I've never heard of before. I met a man who tried to take my pendant, and another who stole my magic, but I've got it back now. And now this little dragon. Slow down, Edgar. Cassima, are you alright? I'm fine. Just felt a bit off again. You're not getting sick, are you? I told you I'm fine. Alright, where are you going now, Cassima? I have no idea where this griffin is headed. I have no idea where I should go with my pendant. I probably just need some time to think for now. Alright, perhaps we'll meet again soon? Perhaps we will. Very well, goodbye, Cassima. Griffin, so you're in search of a human named Shadrack? He's a wizard, a very powerful one. Traveled many lands, and they seem scarcely as anyone has heard of him. Thank you, Quill, for that clip. I know a little of the affairs of humanity. Hides himself. Perhaps you should look for someone who is equally as well hidden. Yeah, that's not going to be helpful. If I can't find the first hidden person I'm looking for, why would I look for someone equally well hidden? I'm not going to be able to find them either. Many things in the depths of the sea. Ooh, am I going to see Neptune? She got Neptune, King of the Sea. Yes. Oh, man. Could you describe this land in more detail? Remote place has a beautiful shoreline dotted with many flowers and palm trees, many ancient forests further inland, as well as great towering cliffs. I see. Thank you, Griffin. It is I who should be thanking you for freeing me, human. I regret that I cannot give more in return for your help. I can only hope my advice serves you well. Yes, take me to King's Quest II land. Oh well. It's a living. Evil wizards are usually in the last place you look. This is so true. We've made it to chapter 3, gang. We've made it to chapter 3. It's finally happened. I'm going to peek at my walkthrough and just see how much game is left here. I mean, it looks like we're heading toward the end. This may be completable tonight. It's hard to say. They somehow found each other in an entirely different time. Yes, but Cassima told me that the trouble is that she and Edgar don't seem to have any control over what time they travel to. Does she know how she and Edgar would be able to get back to our time? No, but that's a small problem compared to the one we have now. We have to stop Shadrack. Cassima told me he's planning to enter the past. She isn't positive, but it might be he's doing this to murder King Edward, the man who ruled before father. And if he did, that would mean neither of us would be born, and Cassima and Edgar would still be enslaved to Mordak and Lolat. They made it this far, they must be on the right track. We better find a way to help them just the same. If Shadrack really is that powerful, they'll need all the help we can give them. Yes, they will. Choose your path. We haven't played as Cassima for a little while. That one family would never get their magic bowl. This is a good one. Oh, it's King's Quest 2. Oh my gosh. Gang, it's King's Quest 2. Turn into a cool animal. Oh, I love it. I've spoken before about how this scene from King's Quest 2 is my absolute favorite scene in maybe adventure gaming history. And they've even recreated bits of the music. Oh man. Now you're a girl in the water. Girl in the water, I'm reaching out. Please tell me what to do. Yeah, it has the mermaid theme. That's fantastic. Huh. Or what I'm doing there. I should quit doing it since I don't know what I'm doing. Cassima has no need to disturb the starfish. Or turn that starfish into a supporting role. It's King Neptune. She barely avoids gasping in the presence of the extraordinary sight before her. A giant green-skinned entity sits on a throne of stone and sea moss, wearing a crown of pearls and holding a trident in his hands. This could only be the being the griffin spoke of, King Neptune. Cotton Cove looks great here. Yes, absolutely. Hey Neptune, what's up? Chokes on seawater, can't talk underwater. Ooh, some way of communicating. Hey, Matali, good to see you. I'll just take his trident. Then I will be Neptune. Remember that time Neptune just accidentally let his trident wash up on the shore? And it's just like not a big deal. It just sat there for some indefinite amount of time waiting for someone to find it. An elegant shell. They're all elegant shells. We unlocked seal form. Yeah, this is like Codename Iceman now. What do we think the puzzle is here, gang? Oh, I guess I was supposed to explore around Kolyma for a little while before coming down here. I mean, there's something going on. Oh, no. There's something going on with the shells, but I can't quite figure out what the game wants me to do with them. Trying to pick one up just switches it for whichever one I already have. I love that she wears the little headdress in all of her animal forms. That is such an adorable detail. What do we think, gang? Oh, I was in the right direction, peeking a little bit. There we go. I used the shell to scratch it. A serious look fills his face. Okay. Okay. So now there's an opening in the seaweed. Oh, it's mermaids. It's mermaids. I've had a game with a mermaid in it before. A pair of mermaids armed with spears tipped with shark teeth float near the mysterious beam of light. Cassima can't talk underwater, you fool. Here's a gift. Thank you. I have a gift for you. Thank you, Melendez. What in the world is this? Andros. Large statue of something that looks like a human but possesses fins, webbed fingers, and large blank eyes of a fish emerges from the wall of the cave. It's some sort of fish man. Hey, fish man. How's it going? We'll stab you. Speak to the peculiar statue, but nothing happens. Hey, Reiki, thank you so much for the resub. I appreciate it. Want a scarf? Must be cold down here. You want my old clothes? Ooh, a niche. Seems like a good place to put a shell. Hello? Greetings, mortal. Who are you? I'm King Neptune's channeler. I'm an extension of his presence. I channel his words and thoughts into a language that can be heard and understood by those who are not of the sea. So that's why you directed me here? Yes, though you're disguised as a creature of the sea, I can see that what you truly were and the knowledge that you seek. This is an interesting concept. Do you know about Shadrack? Check out these glyphs. When you approached me, I was able to follow the pools of knowledge formed by all that have told you of this individual back to where they first heard tell of him, and beyond that as well. Your instincts are very keen indeed, mortal. You're more than right to suspect that Shadrack meant you and your kindred harm. I saw dark things through you, Cassima. In your time, something inside Shadrack turned rotten long ago. He betrayed the side he was on and crossed over to the other. He began to ally himself with others that shared the new system of beliefs he had adopted, which included showing no mercy toward anyone who stood in the way of their goals. Wait a second. Is Shadrack in Cobra Kai? If Shadrack's in Cobra Kai, I'm out of here. There's no chance we're beating it. And cruel revenge carried out against anyone who struck a blow their way. Revenge, you mean? Oh no. So Alhazred's exile was the perfect catalyst for Shadrack's actions. The Black Cloak Society he and Alhazred are members of is only one of many similar societies. They are formed, they fall apart, but as long as there are those who use magic to aid others, there'll always be those who use it to harm others. Hey, Green Bean Phoenix, you got Meshach and Abednego. Sadly, only Shadrack is able to make an appearance in this game. The men have killed, brought to justice. Your husband and his closest kin have dealt more blows to him than any other royal family in this world's history. Yes, I suppose they have. But what is this revenge that Shadrack is playing? Is there anything they can do to stop him? You're not ready yet, mortal. You and your companion may be able to defeat him, but only when the time is right. Do you know about Edgar? Yes, whether it was by accident or design, you and he have become caught in a great tangled web. The only way to get out of it, the only way you're going to find and conquer the dark wizard you're searching for, is together. You tell me I can't find Shadrack alone? True. Even though you've not been together long, you're still closer than you might think. Whatever you can't do, your friend can, and what neither of you can do alone can be done together. I like that. I'm afraid you must resume your journey now, mortal. Return to the surface land, then go to the cliffs to the east. Wow, what's there? If you make haste, you will see. Farewell, mortal, and remember what I've told you. I will, thank you. Okay, we're going to need a genie lamp if we're going to the cliffs. Is that Tiger Man peeing in that bush? Hey, Tiger Man, don't pee on the bushes. What on earth? Was he peeing in that bush? He didn't mention anything about whatever that was. Rude. Rude. Very rude. See that guy peeing in that bush? Now I picked up like a pee-soaked... Oh, is that a date? Oh, no. Thanks, sicko. So we have an Ewok situation up ahead. I guess we're moving forward. Hey, I caught one of your leopard men, tiger men peeing in a bush back here. Is he gonna go answer to him for him? I mean, that's... I know I'm new here, but... Welcome to our island. Notice there's no pee in it. There wouldn't normally be, but there also still isn't. Every fiber of Edgar's being tells him to stay away from the curtain that covers the opening to the tree. Even though Edgar isn't sure why everything about this tree is causing such feelings of fear within him, he decides he is fine leaving those questions unanswered. I just want to see what's in that tree. Tree of the curtain in it is a mystery. It's a little weird. An oversized weasel with limbs and hands like a human. Magic isn't going to do anything useful to that. Ah, there's right and left. Gang, there's right and left. We've still got solutions in front of us. Oh, it's Sylvester. Creature has a body almost like a human, but otherwise looks like a cat. Hey, wake up. Grab this rope. Interesting, interesting. Not sure what to think about these human-animal hybrids we're encountering. Forgot the boot in the desert earlier. Oh no. Oh no, it's a jerk squirrel. I won't have to get rough with you. Is that an aardvark? What are we dealing with here? Give back my book, you little twit. What an absolute jerk. Oh, dearie me. Don't walk into the surf, you fool. Don't you know how strong those currents are? Just try and get my book back. I don't know how you'll reach it without getting pulled under. Well, it just so happens I have very cool magic. Peculiar hairless beast with long ears, a pig-like snout, and a fleshy tail. Watch this. Edgar's too far away from that book? You gotta be kidding me. Come on, Edgar. Huh. I'll throw some fruit at it. That's probably the solution. Do I need the rope? But maybe I need that rope I couldn't get earlier. I don't really have any other useful inventory. Maybe Scrimshaw could go grab it for me. Scrimshaw, take flight. It's up to you, Scrimshaw. I like the scratch marks on the tree. That's fun. The other cat was looking for these fruits. I wonder. Hey there. Are you hungry? Oh, look at that. Classic cat move. They can't get enough fruit. Time to go lasso a book. I was just going to throw some fruit at him and hope I can knock him out of the tree with it. This is way better. Oh, we're going to Leisure Suit Larry won it. Now we'll just give it the old Deedle fingers. I like that most of the puzzles in this game have been pretty sensible. Like, needing a rope to steady yourself to climb out on a ledge is a pretty real-worldy way to solve a problem. I like that. We'd have to, like, charge up the stump with moldy cheese or something. You're what are you? A fairy. Oh, I see. I apologize for my rudeness. My eyes aren't very good, and I was just so worried about my book that I didn't realize you weren't, well, one of us. It's been some time since this isle had a visitor that wasn't a bird or a beast. Speaking of which, where exactly is this isle? Technically, it's part of the land of the Green Isles, but very few know of its existence. Many of the animals here are not only highly intelligent and capable of human speech, some even resemble humans to some extent. You seem different somehow. That's nice of you to point out. I say that to people all the time. It's a foolish accident. I was embarrassed. I fled the known isles with all the supplies I could bring with me. I eventually wound up here. What are you? I was once a human wizard on the Isle of the Crown. From the research I've done, I concluded I'm presently an aardvark. I got it right, he was an aardvark. If you were a wizard, can't you change yourself back and return home? I'm not going back. That part of my life is over. I'm living that good aardvark life now. Who's court wizard for the royal family. Be the laughing stock of all the isles if I showed up again. Aardvark or not. Truth be told, it's not such a bad way to spend my retirement. Peace and quiet, no working. Plenty of time to relax and study this place. Well, I guess you got it all, mate. So what is the history of this place? Well, temporary haven for beasts, where the half-breeds originate. Half-breeds? Varieties of species that are above beasts and just below humans. I suspect their ancestors were true beasts that were survivors of shipwrecks or violent storms and wound up here and somehow changed to what they are today. That's evolution. I have no idea exactly how or when the half-breeds came to be, but there are many things about this island are puzzlements for me. I'd say that the mirror is the biggest mystery of them all. Mirror? It's inside the old dark tree at the north side of the island. I never see it myself. All I know is that it's been on this island at least as long as the half-breeds and perhaps much longer. I have no idea who or what made it, and neither does anyone else. There's something strange about it, though. I've never been inside that tree, but I did get close enough to touch it one time, and it was gross. We've given a wide berth ever since. I've noticed that every other creature on the island does as well except for even Suhad. Who's that? This is our leader, one of the canine half-breeds. Oh dear, I should have mentioned her sooner. Why? She detests humans deeply. Even if you're not human, I doubt she'll realize that immediately. What should I do, and why does she hate humans? Leave the album. I'm afraid it might be too late for that. I'd do something with... Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Come with me. I'm sorry, the Scotty dog walking upright is really funny to me. All these people need to put on pants. Hey, that's what's got me. Who are you, stranger from the outside? I'm Edgar of Etheria. Are you Sahad, my lady? I'm sorry. Yes, that is my name. I don't know why you came to this island, I do not know, but I mean to find out the answer to these questions. No, I do not trust your words. I suspect that you carry many secrets with you, and no doubt some of them pertain to how you arrived here. I wish to know the truth. Then this tree is a mirror. You're to look into it, and you will not step outside until I say so. Shoppa, let the human inside. For the record, I saw Shoppa peeing in a bush earlier, and I don't know if that's cool in your culture, but I definitely saw it. Pretend you're hesitating and keep quiet. What's this mirror, and why does she want me looking at it? Under normal circumstances, I wouldn't be telling you this, human, but there's something about you that makes me think I've just got to. I tried sneaking a glance at myself in that mirror once, and I regretted doing so for some time since. To tell you what, a bunch of furries tell you to go into a tree, you better do what they say. I mean, maybe so. Why? I've looked in mirrors occasionally and given myself a real spook too. I get it. Saw a monstrous savage beast that I couldn't recognize, but somehow was me. Me, but stored beyond recognition. A twisted reflection of myself was the utter opposite of every part of me. Dark where I was light, cruel where I was kind, fuzzy where I was smooth. I don't know how this mirror will affect you, stranger, but prepare yourself. I mean, it's a cool mirror. What? I don't see a reflection. Wait a minute, what's that? Oh, cool. Oh no, where am I? Your mind was controlled by someone else. Either your kingdom or hers would end up heirless if you married her. She only feels sorry for you. Turned into a misshapen creature. I was willing to let her go, even though I loved her. You think she loves you? You think she loves you? When she was imprisoned, I helped her escape. Ah, we're building our confidence. I'm not weak-minded. Nearly destroyed when she's imprisoned, I helped her escape. Thank you very much, Grayson, for banning those bots. Maybe I'm doing things in order? Gentle. Oh no. I think it's gonna be the big alien head from Space Quest 1. Who's that? Wait a minute, that sounds like... Who are you? I was just going to ask you that. I thought this mirror showed the viewer his exact opposite. Kiss him, kiss him. But you look just like me. Oh man. They're Marx Brothers in it. Isn't it odd? What's odd? But all through our lives, we can see images of ourselves, paintings, reflections, sculptures. We're never able to see ourselves as separate beings. Others can, but we never do. You know, I think I know what's going on here. Well, you're exactly in the middle. In some ways, you're too close to the earth to be a true fairy, yet will never be completely human. Does a perfect shade of gray change when reversed in color? A darker or lighter one would surely, but not the one that's precisely in the middle of the spectrum. Oh, that's a pretty strange idea. But you know, I think you're right. I did think of myself that way. I guess you really are me. Who else would I be? That's what makes it such a shame that I have to kill you now. A perfect reflection, separate, but part of me. Completely in the middle, like a centrist. Yeah. He's an enlightened centrist. Edgar is an undecided voter. You wonder what would happen if they fit together to form one. I've thought about it briefly. I never really had time to think about what happened if we did. But she and you can't think exactly the same thing. Not only that, but you always wind up in a different time, yes. So what do you think combining two identical pendants would do? Well, you feel that, don't you? The magic in here is changing. I don't think we'll be able to talk for very much longer. I feel like I should say goodbye right now, but wasn't there one other thing you wanted to talk to me about? Started to worry about Cassima. Worried about those strange pains of her. Yes, I do. Do you know what's wrong? She's pregnant, maybe? I have a feeling that you'll find out soon. I certainly hope so. Goodbye, Edgar. Thanks for the talk. Yes, goodbye. Well, I saw my reflection and it was awesome. Turns out the joke's on you. Yes, this island has properties that little of the outside world possesses. With the aid of the mirror within it, this tree told me your name and origins and the magical means by which you arrived here. It also informed me that you were a bringer of change, and indeed, in the brief time you have been here, you have changed the destiny of the island. Really? I feel like I've been here like 15 minutes. The love and kindness that you carry within you, I've never beheld so much of in any one creature. Well, you've grown to care for this woman who was a complete stranger that threatened your life when you first met her. Even though you love another, you care for this one as well, but as a friend rather than a mate. Even though you're not human, you appear human, and witness love, such love within you, that's made me realize how utterly deceived by my own hatred I was. Many seasons ago, for reasons that have been lost to time, some of my half-breed ancestors left this island. The ones that survived the currents wound up on the isle where the human rulers of the isles dwelt. And the seasons that followed, the birds that visited us revealed that those half-breeds were now living amongst the humans but as their servants. Oh, the dogs guards, yeah. Most of my ancestors were disgusted by this treatment of our people and vowed they would remain on this island forever. For some time, I felt the ancestors who had left this island betrayed us and felt that all the humans had enslaved them just as they have so many other beasts. With people like you in the world, I simply can't persist loathing every last one of you. From this day forth, our ways shall be reversed. With all nature as my witness, I swear that I will go to the Isle of the Crown and make peace with its people when the child of its rulers, Caliphim and Alaria, bears a child of her own. I think this is foreshadowing. Wait a minute, aren't those Cassima's parents? I also wish to name this island for what it is a human would do. For that is what a human would do, sorry. Aye, lassie. She gave him the side eye. Okay, beasts and humans will meet. The Isle of Insight. A very fine name, but I can't stay here long. I'm searching for a dark wizard. I don't know where to go. Look for him next. That object that will take you elsewhere if you hold an image of destination in your mind. Yes. I don't know if you can find a wizard. Know about the lands beyond this kingdom. I might be able to advise this man on where he ought to go. Oh? Where's she hunt for the wizard? I know of a land you might consider visiting. What is it? Few islands has remained untouched by humanity. Why not visit another wild, untamed island, one that has been touched by man? But only just that land of Kolyma. That's where Ding Dang Cassima is. Some magic in its history of which little is known. Would you please describe this land for me? Ooh, is that another trinket? Looking for someone tall, dark, and wizard. Malcolm in the middle. Could be. It's an odd little trinket I've had in my possession since the days before I arrived here. I used to think of it as a good luck charm, but it doesn't seem to have worked out too well for me. Perhaps it'll like you better. Now, what's this kingdom of Kolyma look like? Good luck in your mission. Thank you. Okay. We've done it. We've made it to Kolyma. Is this chapter 4? I love King's Quest 2 so much, gang. Just the mere hint of King's Quest 2 is enough to bring me joy. Can I just roam around King's Quest 2 for a little while? Oh man, maybe I can. Girl in the tower. Oh my gosh, it's King's Quest 2. Big scrolly screen. This looks great. This is fantastic. Dead end? Or can I keep scrolling if I keep walking? Oh no! It's because the Batmobile's here. Great question. Inquiring minds want to know. Wonder where I actually need to go. Peeking gang. Let's see. Yeah, I'm just going to the cliffs, apparently. Just going to the cliffs, gang. Just cliffing it out. Looks like there's a limited amount of Kolyma available to us. I didn't see this little arrow. This is what messed me up. Hey, is that? Oh, wow. Good Alexander. If your heart and intentions be true, a token passed of sentiments, dear, will make faraway places far more near. Wear this charm, then there will be no land that cannot be reached by thee. I understand every other part of this spell is easy to follow, but this, a token possessed of sentiments, dear? What sort of token? What does it mean by... Of course, how could I have forgotten? Just hope this works. Alexander's doing magic again. The dark temptation has followed him to this game. Oh, Edgar, thank goodness it's you. What's wrong, Cassima? I was speaking with someone about Shadrack's whereabouts. I was told to come to these cliffs and quickly. You mean he's here? I'm not sure. I was just told to head east, but there doesn't seem to be any... Wait a minute. One of the stories Graham told me while he and his family were visiting was about this land. He said there was a large plateau at the top of these cliffs. So you think we should go up there? Definitely. Absolutely I do. How are we both going to get up there? I have a little flying ship with me, but I don't think it can carry more than one person. Perhaps I should change into an animal. Yeah, I'll wait until you've changed first. Are you sure? Yes. Several unpleasant encounters with transformations during his life. Now realize he'll have to desensitize himself to them one way or another. It's exposure therapy. Because I always have to get used to people shape-shifting in front of me. That's really funny. Ugh. I don't like it. Oh no. Is that Alan Rickman? Cassima. What? Just felt a wave of powerful dark magic coming from high atop us. When I looked up, someone was at the top of the cliffs. Must be Shadrack. Hurry, Edgar. Let's go. I'll fly. You'd stay here. Her little hat is great every single time. It never fails. Are we nearly at the end? Yeah, we may get to see a Space Quest Easter egg here. Fingers crossed. Should have known that flying would be difficult, at least. Edgar! Edgar, what happened? My ship ran out of magic again. How? I can get to the top. Pine tree. Well, now I have a pine seed, so everything should be fine. Just plant a pine seed in this patch of earth. Can you make it grow into a tree through magic? Have an idea, just trust me. Oh, this is interesting. Dr. Mario, I agree 100%. This game is large. It's consistently great looking and very verbose, just like a lot of story, a lot of fun concepts at play here. I'm very impressed by it. Like, I feel that it really does King's Quest justice. And I like that it manages to call back to so many bits of King's Quest without feeling like it's just recreating something that we've played before. Like, I feel like it has its own spirit, its own tone, its own sensibilities, while still being thoroughly whimsical and fantastic like you expect a King's Quest game to be. That's just top notch. Okay, what's the next part of your plan? Probably this, huh? Please don't slip. Come on, Edgar, climb. This would be a great place for Edgar to reveal he simply doesn't have the upper body strength to climb. Oh, that was too close. Wait a minute, Shadrack. You think he's still here? We'll never know if we don't search this place. Come on. Where could he be? There's usually a key in here. Wouldn't hurt to keep searching. If we can't find him, perhaps we'll find something to give us a clue to his next destination. Let's split up. I'll keep looking around the cave and you go look around the cliffs. All right. How long are you gonna stay like that? Don't worry, I'll change back as soon as my armlet lets me. Good luck and be careful. I hope she gets captured in Hagatha's cage. That's definitely what I would do at this stage. Because that would be pretty awesome. So that's a 3D graphic adventure. You can walk behind things. Wonder what I'm supposed to do here. Here I go. Time to burn it up. Small hole in the side of that rock. Space quest, space quest, space quest. So there may be something in this hole, but it's some distance inside. I tried crawling in after, but I don't want to get stuck. Oh. Here we go. What we got? What we got? What we got? Uh-oh. There's definitely something in that hole. I should just be able to reach it. It's a copy of Space Quest 1? Oh no. We've been ding-dang spider bitten. What happened? Are you alright? 8 legs, 8 legs. Saw this trinket inside the hole. I pulled it out. There was a spider. I think. Come on, this way. Oh no. Oh no. Ah, beans. This is Shadrack. How do you feel? Must have been venomous. That's right, not poisonous, venomous. You stay here, Cassima. That scream was pretty blood-curdling, yeah. It's October. I think I'd even get up if I wanted to. Please hurry, Edgar. I will. Guess it's up to Edgar to save the day. Oh no, what can I do? That'd be something I can just reach in the hole and see if you can find anything. Well, I was just now realizing how stupid it's a poisonous snake is. I mean, maybe if you ate that snake, it's also like coated in poison. It's possible. Yeah, someone at Sierra definitely did not know the difference between poisonous and venomous. Oh no, Graham. It's a venomous snake. Gotta stay calm. Cool, calm, collected. Reach my hand in here. How great would that be if the game just ended, like this whole quest ended with Edgar sticking his hand in the same hole and also getting bitten by a spider. Oops. Now that you mention it, yeah, I get it. That wasn't smart. I don't like that there's a storm a-brewing. Goodness gracious, all these trinkets. You need to put something in that wound that I can focus my magic on. Hey, how would you like a tiny little griffin on your wound? Do I need the scarf? It didn't seem like it wanted me to untie the scarf earlier. Something to pack on a wound. I need to rip your hat to shreds. No, that hat's part of her. It goes into any form she assumes. What do you think it is, gang? Ah, flat rock chip. Is the storm a hint? Maybe rain? Yeah, I mean, it's not a bad idea. Let's see if just putting a rock on her solves the puzzle. Found this rock. She's to eat rocks to live, clearly. That's what I'm going to try to do. Here, eat this up. Nom, 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 nom. I like that she's using her old clothes as a little pillow there. That's a nice touch. Edgar should hang on to that rock chip. Let's see. Ah, I just stole a hint from Hintville, USA. I like how this is the only time section to keep her alive and it doesn't warn you. You're joking, right? Surely not. Oh, there's that glob up there that I didn't see. Hey, Scrimshaw. The swollen part of that branch. Did he just fart when he came out of our little cloak? Thanks, boy. Well, I would have never seen that. I mean, it is sparkling like it should be. That's on me for not seeing it. You know, they say getting players to look up is one of the hardest things to do in video game design. Yeah, we need that shameless Space Quest 1 plug. I think replacing it with a spider. I mean, maybe that's a reference to a Sarian spider droid. That's all I can say. Tree snot, of course. Uh-oh. Now it's raining. This is like Robin Hood's little cave in Conquest of the Longbow. A kissing cave, if you will. You want to eat this rock with some sap on it? Here, have a sap rock. Oh, that's right. We were looking for Shadrack, not sap rock. I'm sorry, I got confused. Are you sure it was not sap rock this whole time? Don't mess up. Don't mess up. So magic poultry should help dry out the poison, then dry out, fall off once the wound is fully healed. I see. That's disgusting. How do you do that, Edgar? How do I do magic? Yes. Same way you'd pick out someone's voice in a crowded room or find a certain pebble on a sandy beach. Just focus your senses and concentrate until you succeed. And you said you could feel Shadrack's magic too? Yes, it made me feel a little sick. That certainly sounds like the kind of magic you would give off. We were so close, so close. If only we'd moved a little faster, we might have caught him. The only thing we found up here was that ridiculous little trinket. I found several trinkets like that. My inventory's full of them. How are you feeling now, Cassima? A bit better. Thank you, Edgar. Just one of those pains again, as if this bite wasn't bad enough. Cassima, are you with child? The thought never occurred to me, but I suppose that must be what's going on. Strange that I didn't think of that before when I was bitten by a spider and venom was coursing through my veins. You know, I met someone in my travels who told me about combining our pendants. Oh, in what way? Well, if I think about it, it seems to me that combining two identical pendants by two people with different thoughts could somehow combine them, and maybe we'd be able to go to the exact right time and place for once. Yes, that's it. We better get some rest first. I feel like I haven't slept in ages. And that's the great thing about time travel. You can sleep as long as you want to. I was just... been wandering aimlessly from one land to another, hoping to find a man we know next to nothing about and have no way of defeating. What are we supposed to do when we find him? I've got a knife. Don't worry, Edgar. But we started asking ourselves if everything we did on this journey would be in vain, we would have never gotten where we are now. Just have to have faith in yourself, Edgar. After all, I have faith in you. I'm sure Rosella does as well. All right. We've made it to chapter 4. Yeah, I like the idea of this, like, straight from the jump. This is always a friendship. This is like no romantic tension here whatsoever. I think it would have been weird if that had been an angle had played up. Strangers in two strange lands. Uh-oh. Look who's a sleepy boy. You've been in my heart since the day I first met you. She's wearing a King's Quest VII dress. Rosella, may I have the honor of courting you? No. I hardly even know you, Edgar. Considering what I do know about you, what sort of fool do you take me for? Oh no. You got kidnapped and had your mind taken over by an evil fairy twice. You even nearly destroyed your own kingdom. Do you really think I'd want to marry someone like that? Lie to yourself about your virtues all you want, but I can see who you really are. Everyone can. I'm sorry, Edgar. You're really sweet, but I could never love you. Damn. Damn. I've had this dream before. Yeah, no, this is too scary. Yeah, this is how it ends. This is the one. Scrimshaw. Oh my god, I love Scrimshaw. Rosella, she said she didn't love me. My homeland, everything was destroyed. It's just a dream. Don't let it overpower you. But she's right. I hardly know her. I end up in trouble all the time. She's so much braver than me. She's... oh man. Edgar doesn't know he's Knuff at quite yet, huh? Don't worry. It's okay, Edgar. She never loved me. She just feels sorry for me, just like everyone else. Edgar, the pitiful prince of Etheria, gets kidnapped and changed to a monster twice in his stupid life. The idiotic weak-willed son of a king and queen of the fairies. I'm sorry. Stupid, stupid, stupid. You're not that stupid. Edgar, I've only known you for a day. You've already shown yourself to be loyal, brave, kind, and resourceful. If you really are as stupid as you think you are, you still managed to save my life. Stupid. Let's get moving. We got a pair of pendants to test. All right. We've done it. Bring them together will bring us to the exact same place and time. I have to think of the right destination, which I think should be Daventry. We're going to Daventry. So we get to Shadrack right before he gets to Edward? We focus on Daventry and Shadrack. We should be able to get there in time and stop him. How do we stop him? We should find a way. We've been successful with everything else so far, haven't we? I certainly hope you're right. Just have to try. Stop stalling and do it. Do it. Do it. They fit. They fit. It worked. They're about to leap. I can hear you, but you're not talking. What's going on? I don't know. Could it be to combine the pins together, somehow combining us? That must be what's happening. Inwardly, they both recoil slightly. They both still harbor some distrust toward one another and struggle against the force that pulls at them, keeping their minds as far apart as they can. The multitudes of thoughts that fill their heads are the only ones on the surface of each other's minds. It's the thoughts that lurk below the surface, deep within the dark, seldom visited corners of their consciousnesses that they're afraid of hearing, of being heard. Shadrack, Daventry, Shadrack. Come on, Edgar. I'm trying. With one last effort, Edgar and Cassima shoved the maelstroms of whispering words in their heads aside and attempt to get a clearer picture of their destination. Home, home, home. But unfortunately, the one thing that was on their minds at the moment they both vanished wasn't Daventry or Shadrack, was those strange little trinkets. We're going to be inside the trinkets. We're going to play as Cassima. Please. Aw. It's a baby. It's a wee tiny baby. Oberon, yes, my love? Our Edgar has vanished from this homeland 3 times now. What if this time he doesn't return? Titania, don't even think such things. I don't mean that I fear him perishing. I fear failing to return to Etheria and assuming his place as our heir. Oh, I see. If he chooses to marry Princess Rosella and remain in the land of Daventry, little Malicia will be our only heir. But if he chooses to become heir to Etheria's throne, the princess's homeland will then be left heirless. If only there was something to be done to keep either of those outcomes from happening. I know, I just don't see what we could. Ah! I've forgotten about you. Meravius. Who's Meravius? Yeah, there is a shimmering audio glitch. We're going to have to maybe save and restore and see if we can get rid of that. My brother and I know where Edgar is, but you have to come with me. Man, Rosella is in her adventuring outfit. Sorry, little sister, we have to leave now, but we'll be back, I promise. That's her outfit. Is that what she wears on the cover of the King's Quest IV box? Oh, wow. Where's Edgar? Okay, let's see if we can save and restore. Where am I? No, it's a terrible sound. I was wondering about it too. Let's see if we can restore and get rid of it. No, still there. Ah, that seems to have done it. Okay, we're going to have to start over from chapter 1, then we'll get right back to where we were. Just give me a few hours. It's back, isn't it? Is it back? It's back, right? Let's try this. Let's reload this bad boy. Surely it's not in my save somehow, right? Like, it couldn't possibly be in my save. That's just not how video games work. It didn't record an audio state as part of my save file, did it? Answer? Possibly. Yeah, sorry, stream's haunted. Everybody go home, stream's haunted. Uh-oh. Oh, well. Let's do this. Okay. Small wooden object on the ground. More interested in the fair-haired man, the enormous tree. Excuse me, sir. I mean, this is great. All of you watching on YouTube later, you're welcome for having this great sound. Seem to have a visitor. Greens, my young man. Hey, you up there, you hear this? Like a ringing in your ear? Pardon me for interrupting your rest, sir, but may I ask what land this is? Oh, it's the westernmost edge of Ooga Booga. Bit gloomy for some. Oh, we're in Ooga Booga. I knew this looked familiar. How can it be I've never been to this place before? Can you see the future? I can, past, present, and future. Are you a sorcerer then? Of course, I spent many a decade studying the obscure sciences of the realm and its neighboring one, but I tend to spend most of my time gardening. You look so young. Oh, don't get me started. Everyone who sees me says that. I'm young, so what? Who says a sorcerer always has to be ancient and crotchety with a long white beard? I'm looking for Shadrack. Have you heard of him? Yes, I have. Nasty fellow. Nasty now. Nasty in your time. What can you tell me about him? You can deal with things, Cassandra, but before I divulge anything more, there's something very important that I require of you. What is it? To the west of here grows a patch of tall, leafy herbs. Uh-huh. Maybe a few sprigs of those herbs and bring them back to me. A large wooden whistle. An owl call. I'm not too proud of it. Ooh, we have an owl call. Let's call an owl. I feel like I've been lied to. I want an owl to appear. Everyone, there's the link to our new podcast. If you just joined us, my pal Ben from Adventure Tuesday and I have launched a brand new podcast, Quest, the adventure game podcast, a podcast all about adventure games. And if you would like to listen to it, there's a link there. You should be able to search in Apple's podcasting app. It's on Spotify. You can find it anywhere fine podcasts are sold. But be sure to subscribe to Quest, the adventure game podcast, coming soon to YouTube. Pardon me. Sweet. She's probably going to get rabies now. She's already had a terrible spider bite. Now it's time for rabies. Why can't I stab anything in this game? What's wrong with this? Oh man. Here's a puzzle I would have never figured out, gang. Here it is. I peeked at the walkthrough. Enlarges the owl call's hole with the tip of her dagger. Now we've made a different call. That's pretty wild. That's a puzzle I would have never, ever figured out. You could have left me here 100 years. I don't trust this sorcerer. I don't trust any sorcerer, though. I mean, in all fairness, sorcerers to me, spell Trouble. Here you go, sorcerer. Have the herb you asked for, sorcerer. You know who I do like is a good ice cream wizard. Excellent, excellent. Thank you ever so much, Cassima. Have much on my mind. What you do with this herb? I think I know what you're going to do with this herb. See these moths? Yeah, what about them? That herb's what keeps them from eating my house. Come on up, my lady. This guy's a real weirdo. Classic Ooga Booga type. Oh, man, look at this little guy. In my humble my humble abode. That's so much of my mind, it's hard to keep track of such minor trifles. What'd you wish to ask me? I want to learn all there is to know about Shadrack. Where do you think he is? One at a time, my child. Why do you call me child? You're not much older than me. In fact, I think you're several years younger. Appearances can be misleading. Very much so when magic is involved, Castilla. Speaking of names, I didn't get yours. I'm getting to that. I have much knowledge about this Shadrack, and I'm sure my knowledge may assist you, my lady. There is a price to this wisdom. There usually is. I formulate a riddle that no one living or dead in this time or any other time has been able to solve. I've even scattered clues to it throughout the realm closest to it through many eras, but no one's been able to find it and decipher them all. Okay. Whoever solves this conundrum will be able to tell me the name that I go by. Answer my riddle, friend. You shall know what I know. All right, tell me the riddle. Listen, my child, and you shall hear, though I may be your age, give or take a year. I have here the wisdom of ages past, but what I know is fading fast. Answer me this riddle perplexing, so that it will end this quandary vexing. All you need to do is guess my name, else you cannot beat this game. A clue so your mind will not unravel half the way the seasons travel. Remove just one and leave the rest. With the first from each, you'll solve the test. Drink more Ovaltine? Okay. Half the way the seasons travel, remove just one and leave the rest. With the first from each, you'll solve this test. Half the way the seasons travel. Remove just one and leave the rest. Yeah. What's that inside that crystal? Ah. Cast a spell on the business owner. Huh. So the best thing to do is bring him back here and give him a little time to think about why he's died. Wow, this guy's a creep. Hey, Dark, thank you so much for the resub. I appreciate the support. I'm honestly not even sure how to solve the puzzle. This has been a really fun one. The VODs are going up on YouTube. I hope you can catch them there if you can't catch them here. But I've really enjoyed this one so far, despite being now completely stuck. Let's see. Oh. What if I stepped outside for a moment to think about this? It's been a really good game so far. So I need to make a call to Edgar real quick. We're very close to the end, by the way. Oh no, Cassima. Cassima, what is this place? It doesn't look like Daventry. Brambles, eh? Oh no. That was like Dracula's castle. I'm close to the end by the ringing. Yeah, it really builds up the drama, having the constant ringing in the ears. Like, what if It's too bad it's baked into the music. Like, it'd be way easier to turn off sound effects in this game than it is music. Dogs across the world are going crazy. The sound effects knob, like... Oh wait, maybe it does. Oh, you're right. Thank you, Dark. Boy, what a terrible sound. gotta be a glitch, right? Surely that's not intentional to be here. It is wild that it stuck around after reloading a game, though. Like restarting the game. Yeah, it can't possibly be by design, right? I mean, there's just no way. Okay. Let's figure this out. Yeah, it's a good point. It has been patched, so it's possible I'm just playing an old version and this has been fixed in the newest version. It's been patched a few times since the version I'm playing. I'm playing on an unpatched version to preserve my save files. Yeah, Graham would love to have one of these things. Huh. What's happening here? Have I messed up? Fly up the castle until you find a window you can fly through, but now it won't let me fly anywhere. Let's reload. Feels like that may be a little bugged at the moment. Yeah, this beats sugar cubes any day. Green's back, yeah, it is. Window isn't quite big enough for Edgar to fly through. Oh, there we go. So I think this is glitching here, isn't it? Like, it feels like it's getting stuck and doesn't want to fly anywhere anymore. My playthrough's falling apart, gang. What's happening? Everything's falling to pieces over here. Okay, let's save. Let's try this one more time. All right, here we go. Smooth move. Oh, my ship. Oh, walk cursor, not skateboard. Oh, that's a good point. Sorry for scaring you like that. There's nothing to be afraid of now. Come on, Scrimshaw. Come down. Well, we finally get to walk around the grounds of Dracula's castle. It's about time. Edgar was Dracula all along. Stays here, becomes a vampire, gets stabbed to death by Graham eventually. All this makes sense. It says here in my walkthrough. I'm peeking. Head downstairs to the wooden door on the right. Okay. I'm ready to power through the end of this thing. We gotta solve these puzzles. Ah, scrolly. Hey, it's a trinket. Sweet. Free trinket. I think I have the ringing sound under control now. Like, I think it's still there. But now it's only just so annoying. Edgar phased through. I didn't mean to go through that one. I meant to go through the other one. I'm getting sleepy, gang. There's not enough game to save for another stream. I'm technically on fall break. I'm very excited about this. We've never had a fall break outside of Thanksgiving at my university before. And this semester, they added a 4-day weekend here in mid-October that I'm very excited about. I've always wanted to be on fall break, and here I am. Oh, fall break, all the memories. That's right, Green Bean. You know, as I mentioned on stream the other day, I was supposed to be spending this fall break at Disney World. My family was planning on heading down for a quick trip to Disney World, and needless to say, weather has made that impossibility. So right now we're just going to maybe chill for the weekend around here. But it's just as solid as the woman sleeping on it. But it's clearly occupied. Pulling the blanket away. Something's far more serious than a nap is happening here. Who is that girl? Oh, what the? Could it be? Hello, who's there? What the? Edgar? It's Aubrey. Aubrey, what are you doing here? I'd ask you the same question. Asked me about an evil wizard? I told you about a girl I was in love with? I traveled to her homeland, but I couldn't find her anywhere. After I'd asked around and see if anyone knew I'd come over, I learned the wizard had kidnapped her. What? Yes, his name was Harold Herman Harlan. Definitely one of those names. Where there's a Dracula in the basement. Ma'am, please wake up. All right. Nobody mentioned the Sea of Briars. Just eat a sugar cube. Okay. Wish there was something I could do to help you. There is, Edgar. Find the controls that work the drawbridge. Just lower the bridge. All right, give me a moment. We still don't really have a way to lower the bridge, do we? Do we have a way to lower the bridge? Well, we're going to try, I guess. We're doing it. We're doing it. We're making it happen. Ah, now he's inspired and he can do it. That's much better. All right, sure. Cool magic, bro. My reaction exactly. Told you I knew what I was doing. Be right there. Just give me a minute. I got so much cooler than you are, Edgar. I'm sorry. Let's wake up this girl in a tower. Hey, Edgar, I guess that was more than Ashni, are you okay? Ashni, wake up. Ollie, Ashni free. Should have known this wouldn't be that easy. I've got to figure out some way to wake her, but what in the world can do that? Well, why don't you try kissing her? What would that do? I've read stories. It breaks spells. I would have never associated that with breaking a curse. So I thought I'd do something like summon the god of sleep to undo the spell. I mean, you could try that. We've done it. We've reunited lost lovers. And it's strange. I think we're like 9 clicks away from the end of the game. Take a long time to tell the whole story, Ashni. Wouldn't have found you without my friend Edgar. I'm deeply grateful. I wish there was a way I could adequately thank you. Wait, I know. Cool, another piece of jewelry. It's beautiful. Where'd you get this? A strange young man with fair hair and hazel eyes gave it to me some time ago. I don't know why, but something about it made me feel that it was important. What was his name? I don't know. He refused to tell me. That jerk. How about some sort of alarm to wake you? Like, yeah, a faint ringing bell would be perfect. Like a persistent ringing sound. Something I have to tell you as well. I love you. But if you love me as well, nothing else matters. I love you, Ashni. I'm king. Edgar loves it, but now he feels bad. He misses Rosella. He's a boy in a tower. Classic boy in a tower scenario. Edgar, what's taking you so long? Where are you? We're wound up in a place called Ooga Booga. Where are you? You mean the land that's right... never mind that now. Inside an old castle. There's this guy. Maiden Ashni. Kept in enchanted sleep. Oh, pretty. Say Ashni? Young woman with rusty hair parting a zigzag and... Tell me about her, Edgar. Right now, I need your help. With what? That's my young man who told me he's a sorcerer and he might know something about Shadrack. He's challenged me to guess his name, but I have no idea what to guess. You haven't tried Rumpelstiltskin? It's a callback. Edgar, this is serious. The sorcerer won't share his knowledge with me unless I solve his riddle and guess his name. What is this riddle? So what do you think, Edgar? Oh. Any ideas on what the answer to the egg riddle might be? You think it's this broken piece of my ship? Just hang up on her. Is the answer trinket? Wait a minute, I think I have an idea. Uh-oh. Looks like a puzzle. It's a good thing Professor Puzzle's on the case. Professor Puzzle's doing his thing. Give me a chance, I'm cooking. Yeah, I think I need to be clicking on the edges, huh? There we go. Does Professor Puzzle have a PhD or is it a cursey title? Yeah, it's more of a honorary doctorate in puzzles. I think I'm nearly about to solve this. I had a feeling that would be the last piece. I did it, look! Circle map of 12 sections, each with a stone. Those are birthstones. Each one symbolizes a month of the year. And the stones they're saying are painted to look like each of the 4 seasons. Half the way the seasons travel. I made a ding dang ring. Half the way the seasons travel. Still don't quite get it. Oh, Cregan, can you give me a little hint? If you think you've got it, I'll take a hint. Half the way the seasons travel, remove just one, leave the rest. Trying to spell a name with half the circle. Spell a name with the green half minus one letter. Jorf. Could it be Jorf? What do you think, gang? Jajampfump. Noza. Start with July. Oh, you'd think since I know. You'd think since Jason is my actual literal name that I would have gotten this one, but no. Absolutely not. My name, my very own name, was not enough of a clue. I feel like we'll eventually run into each other sooner or later. So do I. Goodbye for now, Edgar. Oh man, when the solution to a puzzle is your own name and you have to have someone in the chat solve it for you, I think that's a bad sign. Maybe I'm not Professor Puzzle after all. But you're very welcome. Thank you, thank you. Would you like to come with us, Edgar? We can take you to the nearest town. I'll be leaving another way. Do we know that? Is it Laura? Did you know my name's Jason, I guess? Is that the question? Maybe. My name is Jason Jesse. And I've gone by Jess for most of my life. But yeah, my first name is Jason. And then Jess is short for the middle name. Old Double J, they call me. We each possess a pendant that allows us to travel through time and things. Quite fortunate, since we're convinced that Shadrack is going to commit a foul deed several decades before our time. What do you intend to do? The King of Daventry? Yes. Daventry, several decades ago. I hope you're successful in your mission, Edgar. Thank you and farewell. Yes, goodbye. This little brat. Your name is Jason. In all my decades, no one has guessed that. You're right, Cassima. Oh, man. I'll tell you what you asked me to tell you about Shadrack. He has one great obsession that may ironically lead to his downfall. Magic the Gathering. His life stares around it, so much to the extent that some wizards put all their power into wands and talismans. Shadrack has placed his power into a single object which is directly connected to this obsession. Of course, he wouldn't put this object where anyone could find it. Even without his piece, he's nearly invincible. Approach him as you would an unholy beast from the underworld. That is all I can say about him. You should be leaving now, my lady. It's time for you to continue in your quest. What'd you say? Goodbye. So that's the information that I spent all that time collecting those trinkets for? At least we have an idea of how we can defeat him, which is more than we had before. I'm returning to Kolyma now, Edgar. Are you ready to go there too? Yes, I am. Remember, try to think of me as well as Kolyma. Edgar, this little fellow. Oh no, Scrimshaw. Oh no, Scrimshaw. Oh no, little sad King Graham. He can't take it. Nice tapestries. It's me, Alexander. Mother, father, my spell worked. I know where to find Cassima and Edgar now. Rosella's found Edgar's parents. Now all we need is you. Are you ready? Yes. We certainly will be in a moment, Alexander. I just have to hit the potty. Valnice looks great. Edgar, we did it. We tried to get to the same place at the same time. We did it. Should be a problem at all for us to get home now. All we'll have to do is think of Alexander and Roselle and we'll be home in an instant. We have to confront Shadrack first. True, and the only way to get to him before he gets to Edward has to be through these pendants. They didn't work the last time we unlocked them. We wouldn't let them. We were too afraid of what they would do. We have to trust them and each other. I'd rather not. Are you ready? So you are, so am I. Okay, gang. We're heading into the end. It's chapter 5, baby. Then with a rush like a tidal wave, their minds combine into one. Cassima can feel the anxiety Edgar feels concerning Roselle, his fear of not being accepted. Oh no, he fervently hopes this journey will somehow prove himself worthy of her love. At the same time, Edgar realizes that as determined as fearless Cassima appears, inside she's just as nervous, as uncertain as he is. Wondering how her family was faring in her absence, the health of her unborn child with a lot of spider venom in its veins. Faced with the chaotic flurry of their thoughts soon grow calmer, and together they begin to picture the green fields and vast forests of Daventry. Their combined thoughts make that image clear. We've done it. Cassima and Edgar thinking now. Ding Dang Daventry. We're going to Ding Dang Daventry. That's where this whole thing started. Forth to the past. If at first you don't succeed, Davin, try again, as I like to say. I'd recognize this anywhere. It's Daventry. This is it. We made it. Is that? Oh no, it's King Edward. If we kill him, we can be king. Where is that magic? Hide! This is great. Hey, it's me, Shadrack. What do I do? I think it's nothing. Just keep down. Yeah, these later chapters, Ryan, are moving quickly. Remains silent and still as a statue, filled with horror. The man intent on altering the flow of time itself and rendering her husband non-existent. Cassima. Must be temporary transformation. What was that? Oh, guess I have to play a video game. Uh-oh. I guess I didn't act quickly enough, huh? I'm sorry. That's really funny to me. Come on, Edgar, you can do this. It's a perfectly natural form of magic. It's not like it's going to happen to you right now. After all, a panther is just a big black cat, and you're living out a black cat's life now, aren't you? There he is. You who threaten us and the ones that we cherish. You shall not prevail. Uh-oh. Yeah. You just got panther attacked. Use face, that's right. Hey, it's me, Shadrack. Oh no. Not our amulet. Man, he can leap. Oh no, he's got our dagger now. It's this little queen that's been following me. I must congratulate you on your unwavering determination, my lady. I'm afraid your journey's at an end now. That voice, I know that voice. They were you, those people that said they served you. They weren't your agents, they were you. Well done, your highness. I thought my little ruse would keep you fooled, but it appears I underestimated you. Shape-shifting is without doubt one of the most effective forms of disguise. The little armor of yours is amusing, but talismans like that have limited powers. I was never able to master our self-transformation completely while I be part of the silly rules of society. Despite my power, I cannot create an original identity out of thin air. Still unable to take the shape of another individual, one which is no longer living. Time to show something you failed to notice in your quest, Cassima of the land of the Green Isles. What is it? I don't understand. You thought that I was one of your kind, eh? Well, you thought wrong, little one. Quite wrong. Love the font. And hopefully your next laugh will be less foolish and reckless than this one. Oh no. It's the smoke monster from Lost. Rosella. Oh, it's the whole gang. Get off her, you monster. So the whole family is coming to join the bloodbath, eh? What a nuisance. But nuisances can be easily dealt with. Look out. Oops. All my homies hate Shadrack. I'm bad at this game. Ooh, man. Fireball, fireball. You just got fireballed. Alexander, Cassima. It's like we won, Rosella. Even when I saw your face in the mirror, I was so afraid I'd never see you again. After all you've done, I just can't believe it. I love you, Edgar. I love you too, Rosella. Wow, our outfits are a little matchy-matchy. Cassima? All our friends are here. Rosella, the well with human teeth. Yes, it's me. I missed you so much. Why'd you do all this? You didn't have to ask me that, Alexander. You are having nightmares. Oh no, he's awakening. Cassima. You have a million weapons here. Just stab him. Stab him repeatedly. I should have known that even all my magic wouldn't be strong enough to kill something like him. What can we do to stop him now? Okay, I think I've got it. It's the chess piece. Or cram it down his throat. It's his Horcrux. Yeah, checkmate. That's what we need to say. Oh, wait. Oh, no. I wasn't paying attention. Oops. Okay, so I killed the royal family again. What neither of you can do alone can be done together. Yeah. King Graham looks troubled by this. King Graham's like, I'm getting too old for this. He's not dead, is he? Edgar? The penance, they must have separated us. This little turd. He's gone. What do you mean? He's not Shadrack anymore. In fact, he's barely anybody anymore. When he first arrived here, I felt a powerful dark magic coming from this man. Now it's completely gone. If that monster destroyed, this body it once occupied is all that's left. What should we do with him? I think we eat him. It's the only way to stop him. Are you sure, Cassima? Can't just leave him here, can we? And we're all hungry. Sorry about the arrow through your wrist. I looked in that monster's face. It was like I was looking in the face of fear itself. It was like everything that I've ever been afraid of was looking at me through those eyes. And whoever this poor soul once was before he was overtaken by that thing, he needs us now. Wow, she's nice. I probably would have killed him. I suppose we better be leaving now. Where should we all go, though? I suppose we should head to Daventry first. Our Daventry. I mean, not the one where half of us haven't been born yet. It truly is a beautiful land. It's also the place where I wish to live after we've married Rosella. You mean Oops, sorry, I tapped out the game. Yes. I'm sorry, Father, I love you, Mother, and my homeland. But this realm has somehow always seemed much more like home to me than Etheria ever has. If I am to be king one day, I would want to reign here with Rosella. Edgar, I can see that you truly love this girl, and I can't fault you for wishing to follow your heart. But the answer is no. That's the only heir. Yeah, Daventry is a dump compared to Eldritch. This is a great point, Dark. Many years ago, long before you were born, I had a brother who, for as long as I can remember, was deeply fascinated by the world of men. He'd often go on long voyages to the borders of Etheria, but the vast lands below it, and even the realm we are currently in. His absences became so long that over time he became more of a casual acquaintance than a blood relative. Eventually he left home for good and took up residence on one of the outer islands, and after that, I learned that he found a wife, but a few years later after their marriage, he mysteriously vanished, leaving both of them and his young son behind. Now I know that child's grown to manhood, but he's never known the truth of the royal heritage. This is all some time ago, I'd forgotten about it until very recently. What's the son's name? His name? Why, Aubrey, as I recall. The OC was royalty all along? We made it. I was hoping we'd get here before. Wait, who are all these people? What's going on? Aubrey? Yes, that's my name. Don't wear it out. You're King Oberon. That ring you're wearing, how'd you come by it? My father gave it to my mother, and she gave it to me before she... What's happening? You can see that you've already met Prince Edgar. He's my son and your cousin. You mean my father was... or is my brother... Merovius? And your timing couldn't be more perfect, my boy. Edgar, our only child, has just proclaimed that he wishes to live in another land with his earthborn princess rather than his birthplace. Do you realize what this means for you? You don't mind being king heir to Etheria, do you? Sure. As happy as a dragonette and an ambrosia patch. But before anything else happens today, I believe this is yours. Ah, Scrimshaw, where have you been? I'd say I deserve that. Edgar, what is that? It's my familiar. A very good friend. This is where Graham should be like, I had a bird once. It was awful. I don't know about the rest of you, but I'm more than ready to go home. So am I. I've got a way to get us there. Would you like to come with us? Where should we go? Should we still go to Daventry, the Daventry of our time? Of course, Edgar. It's hard to believe, isn't it? What is? How we're still alive after all that's happened and how everything's worked out the way it did. No, this certainly wasn't the way I thought I'd get to know my future brother-in-law. Hey, it wasn't that horrible, was it? Sure, it could have been better. Oh, young love, so common yet so fleeting. Now I have knowledge of my future that has completely destroyed my destiny. Space-time continuum will collapse now. It's not young love. Poor King Edward, even our darkest hours are like sunbeams in comparison to what his life was like. Really? Even though it just saved his life, he still fated to die what could be mere weeks from now. We all became together because of the man he chose to be his heir. Well, really, he's one of the few men in the entire kingdom, but that's all right. We should seize life while we can. This darkness is behind us. Let's look into the light. Yes, let's do that. It's Castle Daventry. Months later. Cedric cameo! Janesta. Oh, that kid.
Oh, I've just come to congratulate the two of you. Those pendants served you both admirably.
How do you know about our pendants? Or how we've used them?
Great
I'm
question.
a sorcerer. Do I really have to answer those questions?
You do, Jason.
I suppose not. But speaking of the pendants, at one point we both landed in a future in which Shadrack had been defeated, but we hadn't returned home. We know the future isn't going to happen now, so why did the pendants send us there?
To motivate you. Magical items with that much power tend to acquire intelligence of their own as they are used.
Makes
They
sense.
were aware of your predicament and simply showed you what would happen if you didn't trust each other enough to let them do their job once they were combined. A bit extreme, but it certainly did the trick.
I see. You didn't come here just to congratulate us, did you?
No, I've also come for the pieces.
Come for the pieces.
Pieces? You mean those 12 trinkets?
What a punchable voice. Yeah.
But why?
It's a punchable
I'll
character.
hide them again.
What?
Because I want to give someone else a chance to solve my riddle. You see, after decades of feeling I had given the people of these realms an utterly impossible challenge, you proved me wrong. Now, I want to see whether other people, as lucky and as skillful as you, should happen to come along.
You really are a little jerk.
All right, you can have them back. But this time, I'm hiding them.
It's a force ghost.
Child. I thought that you were only going to bring justice to the one who slew me, but to bring such joy to the lives of Emma and my little Ashley.
It takes 3. That's right. This is the sequel tease.
Farewell, Cassima.
I like that Ashni has freckles. That's fun. Ashni was the little girl from the beginning of the game, right? Like, I'm not confused. It's been too long. This is a problem about playing a game like this over the course of like a month, is I forget all the details from episode 1. What's happening? The end. No? Very cute. Very good stuff. Great ending. I'm here for it. If you end something with a bunch of weddings, you've got me already. That was really charming. Fantastic game. So much credit to Akril, who I know poured years of work into this. A game 20 years in the making, if you go all the way back to the fan fiction it's based on. Akril really... Whoa.
To meet you there in that far off land, why did things turn out that way? And I now can say at last, our journey's in our past. It's
I wasn't expecting a sung outro either.
I know love will keep me strong, be the journey short or long, and this prove more than true for you and
I wasn't sure if I was brave or if her love was real. Then a part of me I'd never known was suddenly revealed. Different as the sun and moon, that's how we seemed at first. But to think that we should end up like this after all that we've traversed. And I know without a doubt what the quest is all about. The truth I finally can see. And I never will forget the way our path was set, all that we went through, just you and I, and I.
Yeah, this is fantastic. Our Journey's End, sung by Emily Joanne and David A. Myers. Music by Liam Barnsdale and Akril.
Not man and wife or bound by blood, we're nothing more than friends.
a friendship that we never knew until our journey's end.
And I know this battle's won. The war is never
Special thanks to Ken and Roberta,
but life and love go on.
Josh Mandel,
And I believe we will survive. Our song will stay alive. Our day will
and me for playing the game.
And I now can say at last, our journey's in our past. It's over, I avow, for now. And I never will forget the way our path was set, all that we've been through, just you and I.
Fantastic. I love it. That was perfect. And and like all great adventure games, it just dumps out of the program as soon as it rolls credits. That is the perfect ending. You've done it. You've made a great game. Seriously, though, what a joy this one was to play. Just a really fantastic adventure game. One that just shows love for the King's Quest series. As someone who myself has made a very different kind of King's Quest fan game, I can't help but respect all the work that went into this. And I had a joy playing it. Thank you, Akril, for making this fantastic piece of work. So we're going to wrap up there tonight. We should get a raid going. Let's see. Let's write in on Naberta CGG, a familiar face around the adventure gaming community. playing tonight Devil's Hideout, a game that I've never heard of, but sounds like a fun one to drop in on. Let's get a raid over there. Say hey to everybody. Yeah, this was super fun. Go download it. It takes two to tangle. If you Google that with King's Quest slapped onto the end, you should be able to find it pretty easily. Go out there and download this one. Play the patched version that's out now. What's coming up next on Retro Adventure Wednesday, though? Well, let me just tell you. It's October, and if all goes according to plan, I have a very spooky game. Well, not spooky, but definitely scary. A scary game planned for next week. Stay tuned, and we'll see what's next. Whoop! It just turned down my raid. I've never had someone who had raids turned off before, so there will not be a raid there. Let's go instead and drop in on our old pal Robot Spacer, who's doing some software development for the Playdate. So let's hand crank up a raid over to Robot Spacer's channel and see what's going on with that. It looks fantastic. So we'll raid over there instead. And I'll start that, and I'll say farewell to you all. Thank you for joining me tonight. I hope everybody has a good week, and have a good rest of your Retro Adventure Wednesday. Take care.